my presentation is on evaluation. So under this, I will elaborate you on meaning, definition, objectives, purpose, significance, type, steps of conducting evaluation, monitoring, feedback and reporting. You have heard and done some kind of evaluation in your life. Example, performed examination while cooking, tasted the level of salt, etc. Is it? Let me brief the term. Evaluation is essential to measure the extent of achievement of the fixed objectives. It indicates the progress, effectiveness and strong and weak point. Evaluation is a deliberate effort to measure or find the value of attribute. The term evaluation is derived from Latin word value, which means to value. It is an essential stage in the process of decision making for adopting of any idea or program. Let me give you the definition of evaluation. What is evaluation? Evaluation is defined as a process by which values of an enterprise are ascertained or analyzed, by which one is able to understand and appreciate the relative merit or deficiency of person, group, programs, situation, methods and process. So, this was stated by the famous author Halsey and Herney. Then another definition, Bernard. He defines evaluation as a process which enable administrator to describe the office program and thereby make progressive adjustments in order to reach his or her goal more effectively. So, evaluation is the process of delineating, obtaining and providing useful information for judging decision alternatives. So, according to Matthew, evaluation is a comparison of two situations before and after the developmental program has operated within it for a predetermined period. In other words, evaluation measures performance against a predetermined goal. Hence, evaluation is both process and product. So, the evaluation has two main things of indicates. Evaluation indicates what has to be done and what ought to be in a specified situation. So, now you are familiar about the meaning and definitions of evaluation, is it? Okay. Let you see the objective of evaluation. First objective is to help in understanding and studying of factors that make for success or failure, those that enhance and those which retard progress towards the program goal, to induce extension workers to examine their objectives critically, to help the extension worker to have a clear idea of the purpose of a program. Evaluation compels clarification of purpose for activity, to help the worker, extension worker, to examine the entire program in terms of their objectivity, to help the extension worker to examine the strong and weak points of the program, to help the worker to limit objective to those they can actually accomplish. Then it increases confidence in the program both in the workers and the rural people. Then evaluation helps extension worker determine how far their plan have progressed and objective achieved, so that they can gain psychological satisfaction, confidence and security. So, here I would like to quote one example. So, if you have done something in your life in excellent manner, that gives satisfaction, psychological satisfaction. So, that promote confidence, that gives security. So, from this you can understand evaluation is very important. To compare the value of achievement of the program with cost. So, cost benefit analysis we are doing. So, how much we spend, what is the outcome. Okay. Then to bring to light for knowledge and action the changes that are not easily observable and which therefore require precise method of measurement. To facilitate the presentation of results to gain public support. Evaluation thus serve as a useful purpose. Then for public, it provides a means of testing the methods, approach and techniques used in the program. What purpose you need to do evaluation? that determine objectively whether or not certain activities actually didn't lead to the results that were anticipated, determine progress, and to find out strong and weak point, to make periodic checks on the effectiveness of the program and to decide where improvement are needed, find out how much a program has been understood by the people, helps in the selection and analysis of teaching activity, in what direction our effort should be directed to accomplish the objective set. One of the benefit of good evaluation is the feeling of security. It can give the worker who is doing a good job, scientifically done. Evaluation will give equally convincing assurance when good work is being done. Helps in public relation work and public support. There is no better basis for sound public relation than a careful and comprehensive evaluation. Helps to the profession attitude of the worker in process of stating his objective in systematic way. Now, you can see the type of evaluation. So, you have studied various types like that. In evaluation also, so many types are there. So, now you can see what all the types of evaluation. Informal evaluation. So, in village, when we are organizing a program, how we are testing the effectiveness? Just we are interacting with the people, we are asking the question. So, through that, we are assessing our performance in informal manner. So, everyday observation is informal evaluation. It is less precise, less reliable than other two type, but it is always used. So, often we are using informal evaluation. That's it. Next one is systematic evaluation. This is more systematic type of evaluation than informal type. Evidence for semi-formal evaluation such as reliable, validity test, surveys to determine changes in practice, objective scale and rating scales are example. Systematic means, so we are conducting the evaluation in systematic manner, step by step process. So, we are using some tool. Okay. The next one, formal evaluation. So, formal means examination, then collecting information through questionnaire and interview. So, it is a type of scientific research in which all the pertinent facts are gathered and variables controlled by statistic procedure. This requires time and training in research methodology. See, whereas in field we are not using the formal evaluation, because in rural area you can't expect people are educated. So, moreover, they do not have time to fill all sorts of things. So, this is applicable in training program for officials and panchayat presidents. Okay, they are educated people in the village. Now, you see the significance. Evaluation is important because it is essential to understand the importance of each program, so that number of valuable program can be increased. Measure all the good and weak reasons, like that it will help in strengthening the program. Timely evaluation of any program is essential to ensure its success and eliminate weak point. Then to make data available for executing program so that program can run smoothly, to find out whether goal is being achieved or not. So, evaluator may obtain self-confidence. It reduces the expenditure. If you want to conduct evaluation, you have to follow certain steps. So, evaluation steps defined by Reddy. According to Reddy, the following 5 questions indicate the 5 main steps in process of evaluation. So, first one is, what information do you want to get and why? See, you should ask yourself, based on that you have to get ready. What information you want to get, why? Then another thing is where you want to conduct, when you want to conduct, and how will you get the information. Okay. Then another thing is, who will collect the information. See, here the person is playing important role. The collecting information is not an ordinary task. So, the person should be well qualified. That gives you the direction. How it will be analyzed? What kind of statistics tool you are going to use? What for? Then what does it mean? These are all the steps you have to follow. So, in future, whenever you want to do the evaluation, you have to follow the outline meant for evaluation. So, what do you do when you evaluate? What should you evaluate? What is the aim of evaluation? What are the questions to which evaluation should provide an accurate answer? What are the sources of evaluation? Then collection of information. So, where you will collect the information, from which source? Then selection and preparation of card. So, for collection you have to prepare all sorts of things. Then analysis and tabulation also. Then interpretation, and you have to prepare a report. Okay, keep it all these points in your mind and get ready for evaluating your own work. Sources of information. You have to decide. Example, whether you want to collect information from people. People means it may be from farmer or a homemaker or local leader or a club member or non-member or extension worker. So, okay, you have to decide. Then do you need a sample of these people or someone else? Then you have to decide how will you draw the sample. That also, either you will draw from the records or you will collect it from the leaders or somewhere. Then record information, recorded information, reports, census, etc. Then collecting the information. Then how? Either through interview or mailed questionnaire or observation. By whom? Person making the evaluation, extension personnel, local leaders. Then selection or construction of a form, that is kind of form to be used. Then data sheet, then formulation of question or statement, then designing of the form, then presenting and pre-testing and revision. See, pre-testing is very important. Okay, so these are all the things always you have to keep it in your mind. Now, shall I move on to the next part, monitoring. What do you know about monitoring? So, daily in front of TV you are watching the monitor. So, like that, whenever you are organizing the program, you have to monitor. Monitoring is very important. Okay, monitoring and evaluation are inseparable parts in the program. So, you can't separate these two. So, the program should be well planned and also implemented as per the plan. In order to know the progress of the program, it is mandatory to check. Don't think monitoring is policing. So, people are thinking somebody is watching us means, oh, policing. Don't think monitoring is not a policing. Just it shows the way whether everything goes on right. So, if not, next thing is you should take action on what should be done. Monitoring is a valuable tool for managing the program. It provides a useful base for evaluation. That means it helps you to determine whether the resource is sufficiently available and being well used, whether the ability, capacity of the implementer is sufficient and appropriate. As per the scheduled time frame, the assessment and monitoring method must be used from the beginning and end of the project to also. It gives feedback about the progress of the program to the donors, implementers, beneficiary of the program. If you want to provide a better understanding of the current situation, to keep the work on the track, to ensure that the program goes smoothly towards achieving its objective according to the plan, you have to monitor regularly and systematically, observe, record and analyze the information on various aspects of the ongoing program. The main purpose of evaluating the performance is to give the feedback. So far you have seen the monitoring. So, what is monitoring? That means watching what is going on. Next part is feedback. So, all this monitoring, evaluation, all this meant for what? Giving feedback. Feedback means for further improvement. revision, deletion, addition, omission. Okay, what? I will brief about it. Okay, what is the feedback? Feedback, it refers to the return to the input of a part of the output of a system or a process. So, we are putting inside something, then after that we are getting as a output something. Okay, then we have to see whether we have got the expected product. So, that is what we need feedback. Okay, then it has been conceptualized form, conceptualized three perspective, that is feedback is for beneficiary or a trainer. It is for teaching learning process. Example, take here the student, teacher and teaching learning process. It can reveal error in learning process shortly after they occur, so that error made at one time can be corrected before they are compounded with later errors. It is authoritative information provided to instructor with the intent of providing suggestions if needed. It should be regularly, ordinarily, methodically. So, feedback regularly we have to give, orderly we have to give, methodically we have to conduct. So, it may considered as information provided to the instructor with the intent of providing suggestion if needed. So, it is a basic component of self-regulating system. So, I think now you understood it is a self-regulating system. Okay, next one is content. The content should be relevant with the realities of the environment, information, be need based with full details. Then continuity. Continuity means first step, second step, third step, like that. Continuity must be there, that provides the information timely and regularly. Okay, then compactability, that means it is needed at least efforts on the part of the receiver in understanding the message. Then the cost, it should be cheaper. Then illustration, incorporate illustration as much as possible to explain new things. Okay, what is effective writing techniques? So, you have to follow, these are all the things for writing a report. Then style, what is the effective writing style? Plan before writing, that is very very important. Okay, live writing, that means, so somebody is reading your report, that should take the person to that place. Okay, then be brief, be specific, do not be half-hearted. Put your heart and soul and write the report. Address the reader with illustration, be accurate, sound convincing. So, if somebody is reading your report, the person must be convinced. You have to write like that. Don't talk down, be practical, avoid exaggeration. So, here I would like to quote the point. So, in rural development, in rural area, it is not possible to achieve 100% result. Okay, whatever you are getting, you give the feedback, you write the report, avoid exaggeration, personalize the message, check the draft and develop a good style. Okay, you have to check the draft, see the mistakes and so many things, don't believe others, put your heart and soul. So, personalize the messages, so take it. Okay, then develop a good style. Now, the main part is, what is a report? Report is a self-explanatory statement of facts relating to a specific subject and serve the purpose of providing information for decision making and follow-up action. It is a systematic presentation of ascertaining facts about a specific event and subject. Reporting is a summary of findings and recommendation about a particular matter and problem. Report is for the guidance of higher authorities, including all. Okay, then DRD official, block development officer, secretary at rural development, state level, or secretary at central level. Okay, whatever it may be. Report facilitates timely decision and follow-up measures. A report is a return for a clear purpose and to a particular audience. So, note the point, for whom you are preparing a report, that is very very important. Use the words, don't use jargoning words. Okay, Specific information and evidence are presented. So, evidence is required. Whenever you are giving statistical data, provide the evidence. Okay. Then some photograph also you can give. Then collect some letter from the people, give the success rate. So many things is like that you have to give. Analyzed and apply to a particular problem or issue. The information is presented in a clearly structured format, making use of sections and heading so that the information is easy to locate and follow. Is it? Okay. Next, what is the indicator? What for we are doing evaluation, feedback, why I spoke about reporting? To assess our performance. How we can assess, how one can assess the performance? Through indicator. Indicator is very important in car, in two-wheeler, in bus, everywhere we are using the indicator. So like that in evaluation, indicator occupy a major place. So indicator, it is a way to measure, indicate, point out with more or less exactness. Example, human development index. It is called index, human development index. So through this government is getting idea about how our status is, human status, in educational status, health status, food status, income status, etc., etc. Okay. Then here I would like to say a few words about type of indicator. First one is input indicator. What is input indicator? Resources. All if you want to carry out some program, you need some kind of resources. Either it may be a human resource or non-human resources. So all these are called resources. So that is input. Then process indicator means you have to do some kind of activities. Okay, process, some process going on. Then if you put input and process happening means what you will get? Output. Output indicator, that is a result. Okay. Then another one is outcome indicator. So result is different, outcome indicator is a final product. And last one is impact indicator. What is impact indicator? Changes. You have expected some changes. Okay, that is the impact indicator. Okay, quality plays very important role in day-to-day activities in life. It is a fundamental segment of evaluation. Example, AGMAR, ISO, NAC accreditation. See, for companies and hospital, they are getting this indicator, quality, that shows their quality. AGMAR for certain products, NAC accreditations for universities. Okay, now you understood the relationship between indicator and evaluation. Another part is assessment. What is assessment? That too, what is impact assessment? Evaluation. Through evaluation, what we are getting? Assessing our impact, performance, that is what happened before and after. Okay. So example, diabetic person. After identification that the diabetic person is taking medicine, food, following exercise. Then comparison, before taking medicine and following all sorts of guidelines, what is the condition, sugar level in the blood. Then after that, what is the conditions. So comparisons, like that, assessing the impact. So impact assessment is a generic term that includes social impact. So in our field, in rural development, in extension, so what we are assessing? Social impact assessment, human impact assessment, health impact assessment, environmental impact assessment, technological impact assessment, institutional impact assessment, psychological impact assessment, strategic environmental assessment, etc. Nothing. Impact assessment is a comprehensive process and assessment tool. So comprehensively we are assessing, we are using. So it is an assessment tool. It provides means for implementing developmental programs. Now I conclude my session. Evaluation is very important in life, but it is not an ordinary task. As a teacher, I am evaluating student performance through assessing, correcting assignment and evaluating the examination paper. As a student can assess the teacher performance through her presentations. So like that, in day-to-day life, either it may be formal or informal, self-check or whatever it may be. So we are doing evaluation we are assessing the impact. Bye. See you in next class.